Shalom. On the fellow server, I Rashad at GMS Cleveland Camp, and I come to you guys with another quick and hopefully edifying lesson. First and foremost, I let to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Harakah Kodash, which is to say all praise to the Heavenly Father's only begotten Son, as well as the Holy Spirit. Again, the proper name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, which means He is or He exists. Ba'azin has thus Shama's name. Yahweh Shai means He saves or He delivers. Rakai is spirit, Kodash is holy. Giving double honors unto the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, the true leaders of all Israel on earth today. Whether you can receive it or not, much love, salutations to the Akim scattered abroad across the four corners of the earth that's pushing His word in sincerity and in truth, risking their lives and freedom to do so. To you, I say Shalom. And there's been countless videos circulating online, after, these different corporations under Trump, by the way, the Trump administration have discontinued that acronym known as DEI, which stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion, which happens to go hand in hand with, what's that term? It's escaping me right now. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it's escaping me. Affirmative action. Okay, Thawadi Halbashim Al Shai. Okay, which is in the acronym itself. Okay, diversity, equity, inclusion. Having minorities have a better opportunity to seek work in places where they would normally not be hired. Okay, Trump, he said he's looking for people who has those skill sets, etc. All right, and you had a lot of companies recently scale back on the DEI, such as Target, Walmart. Some did it quietly, some more public. Okay, McDonald's, just to name a few. There was a whole list I seen. All right, and in so many words, man. You had this report come out, and you got different videos again circulating online of where the funds were spent for the DEI. Okay, as a matter of fact, real quick, let me go ahead, because I got this article pulled up here. Let me go ahead and type in the term DEI, all right, and see what comes up. I just want to click on the news section and see what comes up. Let me see real quick before I even go into the other two articles that I have queued up. I'm just trying to see something. This is just a brief overview, all right, via Wikipedia. It says, in the United States, diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, are organizational frameworks that seeks to promote the fair treatment and full participation of all people, particularly groups who have historically been underrepresented, it says, or subject to discrimination based on identity or disability. These three notions, diversity, equity, and inclusion, together represent three closely linked values which organizations seek to institutionalize through DEI frameworks. The concepts predate this terminology, and other variations sometimes include terms such as belonging, justice, and accessibility. As such, frameworks such as inclusion and diversity, IND, diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, DEID, justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion. These are just different acronyms, all going into the same thing. It says, exist in the United Kingdom, the term equality, diversity, inclusion, EDI, is used in a similar way. All right, so this is just giving a brief overview of what it's talking about. Now, again, they called it organizational frameworks. And guess what? These organizational frameworks receive funding from the government. And so, therefore, you got information coming out about where this funding was being spent. Let me see again what comes up just via Google real quick. And it's the spirit. I got another article, both of them from Fox News. Okay, it says Doge slashes over $100 million in DEI funding at education department, win for every student. It says, and this is just all public knowledge, public information. Okay, just bringing it out. It says the Department of Education, DOE, is canceling more than $100 million in grants to fund diversity, equity, and inclusion. And you see, since this guy Trump has been in office, there's been a shift, in the atmosphere in the earth, man. Okay, the energy has been a major shift, man. From the raids taking place to information coming out as such. They're trying to declassify the RFK, JFK, 9/11, all these different so-called conspiracy theories, which a lot of them have been proven to be facts. There's been a major shift going on in the earth, and again, all of this is just public information. It says Doge, which stands for Department of Government Efficiency, which they have Elon Musk set up over it, and he's going to say it in the next paragraph, sweep of wasteful spending. And I'm about to get into this quote-unquote wasteful spending in just a moment. It says Doge, the department led by Elon Musk to cut costs within the federal government, announced the termination of 89 Department of Education contracts totaling $881 million in a post on X, which is formerly Twitter, Monday night. So this upwards of $1 billion. Okay, and this is not even including, where your other taxpayer money is going. For an example, Ukraine, because they bringing out information about where all these tens of millions of dollars have been spent and how they're being spent. And again, I got a video queued up I'm about to play in a moment. All right. But they've been literally giving out billions of taxpayer dollars, okay, to Ukraine to fund a war, okay, and on top of that, the American people are hurting. You see, and I read the comments all the time. I love to see where people's mindset is. One user wrote, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, which is two heads of the same coin, ultimately. That's that scripture. He had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Okay, that's that going to the plebeians and the patricians. You're now modern day Republicans and Democrats, man. All right, but at the end of the day, one is more subtle with their approach and one is more outright with their approach, but they all have the same goal in mind. All right, and under the Biden administration, they've been just frivolously spending. Okay, it says of the nearly $1 billion identified, $101 million that was being used for DEI training, including teaching educators to help students understand, interrogate the complex histories involved in oppression, and help students recognize areas of privilege and power on an individual and collective basis. Your tax dollars were being spent on this, Musk wrote on the DOE spending. All right, so this is the right-hand man of Trump right now. And initially Trump wasn't with, trying to put chips in people and, everything as far as this technology is being concerned moving forward. But now he's with the program, and he has the right-hand man, Elon Musk, over the Department of Education. I don't even believe he was elected, okay? But nonetheless, it says, according to Doge, the Education Department spent another $1.5 million on a contractor to observe mailing and clerical operations at a mail center, which was also terminated in the recent spending sweep. DEI was never about equity. It was about enforcing ideological conformity, and that's a true statement. It was never about equity and inclusion, all right? It was about, like we just read, enforcing ideological, so their agenda, conformity, those who are willing to conform to their ideology, and institutionalizing discrimination. Shutting down these wasteful, divisive programs is a win for every student. Nikki Neely, founder of the President of Parents Defending Education, said in response to spending cuts, more states need to follow suit. So that's just one article. We're going to get some precepts in just a moment. As a matter of fact, let me grab one real quick. All right, because this man is being exposed. And call lawyer how about Shimei Shai. Real quick, Isaiah 47, verse 3. Straight to the point. As a matter of fact, I started at 1. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. All right, this virgin daughter of Babylon, why is it referred to a virgin daughter? All right, because there was never any true war waged on the U.S. soil unless it was self-inflicted. Now, America has been at war, the Spanish-American War, all right, the Civil War, okay, the war with the French, so on and so forth, man, all right? But that was all prophecy. However, no other country has ever, such as Russia, for an example, which is prophesied to take this place out, all right, has actually waged war on Babylon the Great. So this place is really likened to a virgin. Well, how can it be likened to a virgin and a whore at the same time? Well, you have these other nations that come here and prosper off America, and they send money back home. You see, they come over here, they create businesses, and they use it like you would a whore. All right, so they pimp this bitch, they make money off of it. All right, and not to get too far off topic, but like it says, I believe in the book of, is it Nahum? The third, it might be the third chapter. He calls this place the mistress of harlots, man. you know, and also is known that well, mistress is a feminine way of saying master. All right, you know, it's the top bitch in the stable, so to speak. You know, and excuse my speaking, my vernacular, but I'm just being straight, raw, and uncut with it. However, you know, it's likened it to a whore for that reason. So it goes on to say, it says, "Come down and sit in the dust." Dust represents confusion, and it represents a low place. O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. So the Lord is dethroning Babylon the Great. You know, when I bring out this information, all right, America is really looked at as a laughing stock of the world. Okay, it says, "Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, or the Chaldeans, which are the ancient magi's, who are into a lot of sorceress, witchcraft." Okay, it says, and America is the exact same. All right, if I was to go into what I just quoted, that Nahum, which if it's the Lord's will, I may even grab it. All right, let me just see real quick. I don't want to be putting wrong information out there. Is it Nahum 3 or is it Nehemiah? I want to say it's Nahum 3. Bear with me. Yep, Nahum 3 and 1. It says, "Nineveh's complete ruin." I'll take it from the top real quick and bring it right back. It says, "Woe to the bloody city." Woe means death and destruction. This bloody city is Babylon the Great. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. Okay, and this place is full of lies and robbery. Okay, and ultimately we need the Lord, because you got what's known as a prey and a predator. You know, they're ultimately predators over us, man. Okay, and we need deliverance, and when they won't let us go. Okay, it says, "The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horse and of the jumping chairs." And this is dealing with your noisome cities. Okay, you always hearing sirens, always hearing cars, loud music, loud motorcycles, etc. All right, it says, "The horsemen," because America is likened to Nineveh as well, Assyria, Egypt, Babylon. All right, all these different nations as a conglomerate in one. It says, "The horseman lifteth up both the bright sword and the glittering spear." And what is that talking about? Okay, ultimately the missiles. Okay, it says, "And there's a multitude of slain," because the end all be all of this place is to be destroyed. Right, you know, in order for this land to be cleansed, the blood of him that shed it has to be spread. It says, and I'm gonna bring it all back home. You know, it's just the spirit right now that got me going to these precepts. It says, "There's a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses," because there will be a lot of casualties. It says in the NLT, countless casualties. And the scriptures say that from one end of the earth even to the other. All right, there's going to be bodies laid out in the streets, man. Ain't nobody going to be burying them or anything. All right, and what's going to cause them? Well, of course, Jacob's trouble, but leading up into the time of Armageddon is those missiles, man. All right, because war is on the horizon. It says, "There is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses." So there's going to be so many bodies that people are going to stumble over them. This is the point, verse 4, "Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot." So the Babylon the Great is that well-favored harlot. Again, the baddest bitch in the stable. You see what I'm saying? And I'm literally quoting the beloved elder Apostle Rumlaw when he brought this out a while ago. It says, "The mistress of witchcrafts." Again, that's the feminine way of saying master. It says, "That selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts." And I'll give an example using the media. All right, that's a Greek goddess, media, which is, well, dealing with math. Median, right, is the middle person between who? The upper echelon, the elite, and the lower class people. Who they want you. They say it's only 6 corporations that run the entire media, man. Okay, and you guys can look that up. I believe Viacom is one of them. Okay, don't quote me on that. Google that. However, it's only 6 major news corporations that run the entire media, and that's why a lot of times you'll see a lot of news reporters, they repeat the same memo. All right, they all get the same pamphlet or the same teleprompter, all right, message, and they all read and sound, and then you'll have one video next to another, and they're all saying the exact same thing, word for word, bar for bar. Okay, it says, "That selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft," and even dealing with the pharmakia, dealing with the pharmacies, dealing with the medicine. All of this goes into their witchcraft. You know, mixing, concocting potions, and you know, trying to heal through unnatural means. Okay, and these are just a few examples of many. Okay, dealing with their witchcrafts. However, the Lord is about to judge this place. All right, it says, Verse 5, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts means of armies. It says, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And this is what the Lord is doing now. And so the Lord is uncovering the skirt of this place, going back to Isaiah 47. I'm about to grab in just a moment. Okay, I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness, which is going into your sin, your wickedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. So let's go ahead. As a matter of fact, let me get 6. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and I will set thee as a gazing stock. And this is why I said America is known now as a laughing stock unto the world. Let's go ahead and grab, let me finish reading this, and let's go ahead and grab these articles, man. Isaiah 47:1 again. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover the locks, make bare the leg. This is that skirt being uncovered. Okay, it says, and a millstone is a former job, an ancient job actually. You know, grinding at the mill was a custom. You know, that's how you make grain and fine grains. You know, you use a mill to do it. You could put, for an example, corn and make cornmeal, for example, by putting it on a big stone and grinding them, you know, into that fine substance. It says, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, and pass over the rivers. You know, and again, that's a representation of your leg and or your filth and your wickedness being exposed. When your skirt is being brought up, for an example, or your pants leg being brought up to pass over a river, hey, that's going into your leg being made bare, being exposed, seeing what it really is, man. And since this truth has been in the earth, the Lord raised up his prophets. They've been exposing this wickedness, all right, that's going on the planet earth, man, under the hands of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man today. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So when the Lord comes back, he's going to take vengeance. He will not meet you as a man, all right? He's going to be as an angelic being. You know, he came humbly, riding upon an ass's coat, okay? He was able to be bound up. This time around, it's not going to be such. He's coming with the heavenly host of angels, all right? The armies of the heavens, okay? And those chariots that's been manifesting themselves in the skies, so-called UAPs, man, all right, that we've been seeing within recent weeks. Okay, let's not forget about that, because there was just a big craze and talk about it a month or two ago, and now nobody's talking about it. But there's still all kinds of evidence and footage out there, even to the point that this government had to come out and admit that they are real, and they don't know what they are, but we do, because it's in the scriptures. All right. He said, I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So when the Lord comes back, he's coming back with vengeance. All right. Because he's not going to try to reason with you to deliver his people. All right. He's going to just take them. He said, thou shalt not be redeemed by money. All right. He's coming to deliver his people through war. And that's how peace is achieved, through war. All right. This is back in Fox News. It says February 6, 2025. So this had to be maybe 5-6 days ago. I want to say today is the 12th. Okay, it says $10 million in taxpayer funds spent creating transgender animals. Republican Nancy Mace. It says last year $10 million in taxpayer money was spent creating, I should have said transmission animals. A study by the White Coat Waste Project revealed Republican Nancy Mace, RSC, laid out the misuse of taxpayer money funding gender-affirming care for animals during opening remarks at a subcommittee hearing Thursday. The hearing transmission lab rats and poisoned puppies. So they out here. Here it is. They'll send you to jail for harming animals, but then they'll go and run all kind of experiments on said animals, man. Rats, monkeys, puppies, pigs, and they say that pigs have similar organ layout as humans, and they'll try to see how it acts on animals, and then affect you with it. Hey, don't forget that scientists who told you about atrazine in the water that turned frogs or tadpoles from female to male, or vice versa, from male to female. You see? And that's all information that's public knowledge that's out there. And all you have to do is look it up. All you have to do is YouTube and Google it, man. All right. Again, the term is atrazine. If I'm not mistaken, that's the name of it. It says, for animals during opening remarks at a subcommittee hearing Thursday, the hearing, I already read that. It says last year, the White Coat Waste Project exposed more than $10 million in taxpayer funds that were spent. This that misuse of funds, taxpayer dollars, man. Hey, keep in mind, during the hurricane relief, Some of you American citizens only got $700. And that's a slap in the face for all the billions they're spending over there in Ukraine and the tens of millions they're spending in all these other countries. Because I'm about to play this video. They're going to mention Serbia, Burma. They're going to mention all these other places that they're frivolously just spending money, wasting money. But they're not helping the American citizens. Mind you, grocery prices at an all-time high. You got this pestilence out here that's killing the chickens and the eggs, and there's all kind of recalls for food, as well as warnings being put out there about not eating certain eggs and chickens because of this pestilence. So the few that's out there, the prices are at an all-time high. This is the times we're living in, man. This is what we've been saying was going to happen. Second edge, 8 and 50. Let me grab it real quick. Okay, these are the things. These are the hard times. All right, that we've been prophesying of. Starting with our apostles and elders, it says 8 and 50, second edges. For many great miseries, miseries goes into calamities, hardships, trials, tribulations, shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Many people can't even afford a grocery shop. As a matter of fact, I've been seeing this article 2 or 3 times. I'm gonna actually just merge it into this lesson. All right, about how no job where you can work 40 hours. I'm just type that in and let Google do the rest. All right. Let me see. How do I want to word this? Can I click on news? Might it come up? Let me see. I worded this wrong. Forgive me. No minimum wage job in the U.S. where you can work 40 hours. That's how it was 4 days ago. Warren Buffett, right? Who's a multi-millionaire, maybe even a billionaire, who knows? It says Warren Buffett said anybody who's willing to work. Nah. That's not it. Salakia, forgive me. And I've been seeing it all the time on social media. I'm not sure why it's not coming up now, but just bear with me. I'm going to find it, because I know through the Spirit the Lord going to bless. He's going to allow me to come across it. Bear with me. It says no minimum wage job in the U.S. where you can work 40 hours and maintain a 2-bedroom, I believe it said. And this is from 2 years ago, but I didn't want to use Reddit as a source. This is from 2021. I'm surprised, because the information that I seen coming up was more recent, but it's literally the exact same information. CNN Business, right? Another reputable news source, going back to July 15th, 2021. Minimum wage workers can't afford rent anywhere in America. Housing has become so expensive in the U.S. that the typical minimum wage worker cannot afford rent. According to new report, there is no state, county, or city in the country, out of all 50 states, right, where a full-time minimum wage worker, mind you, minimum wage hasn't increased since July of 2009. And how do I know this? When you go to your job board, in any major job, all right, they should have a wall where they have a poster set up. And on that poster is going to be the minimum wage, for tips and for those who receive tips, as well as for the minimum wage and when the last time it's been increased, And the last time I remember checking at my current job I'm at, 2025, it said 2009 of July, okay? And you guys can go and double check that, proof check that if you wish. Matter of fact, go check in your own job and see if that wall is put up on the bulletin board. Most, if not any major job has it set up, man, okay? And you can see that with your own eyes. It'll be in red, white, and blue. All right, the poster board will be red, white, and blue in color, okay? And it'll tell you about the minimum wage and what the amount is to this very day. It says there's no state, county, or city in the country where a full-time minimum wage worker working 40 hours a week can afford a 2-bedroom rental. A report from the National Low Income Housing Coalition showed. So American people are feeling the effects, and meanwhile they're spending tens of millions of dollars. And mind you, 2021, that's under, from my understanding, if that wasn't the end of Trump's rule, that was the beginning of Biden's administration, man. Okay. It's the Spirit. It says right here, the federal minimum wage is $7.25. Not a livable wage, man. So going back, bear with me. I'm all over the place, but that's how the Spirit be. Okay, bear with me. Where was I at? I was reading a bit more of this article. All right. It says, just finishing out this last little paragraph, it says, the last year, the White Coat Waste Project exposed more than $10 million in taxpayer funds that were spent creating transmission mice, rats, and monkeys. May said these DEI grants funded painful and deadly transmission experiments that forced lab animals to undergo invasive surgeries and hormone therapies at universities across the country. Let's now go into it. I'm about to play this video, and I'm about to wrap this lesson up, man. All right. Without further ado, here goes. I hate when they do that shit, man. I really do. I really hate when they do that shit. I had the video lined up, queued up, ready to go, and of course,
defend this shit. Kind of stuff. $45 million for diversity and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $3 million for girl-centered climate action in Brazil. $125 million to racialize public health. $288,000 for diverse birdwatcher groups. USAID, which is in the center of the storm right now, and rightfully so, spent $1.5 billion to, quote, advance diversity, equity, inclusion in Serbia's workplaces and business communities. $70,000 for the production of a DEI musical in Ireland. $2.5 billion for electric vehicles for Vietnam. $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia. Not Columbia, Missouri, or Columbia, South Carolina. The country of Colombia. $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. $2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala. $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt. This is what they're mad about. Because you can't.
You got these Edomites exposing these other Edomites, man. We're in that time. This is the time that we're living in. You know, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is definitely shortening the days for the elect's sake. All right, so you have these Egyptians being set against the Egyptians. And it's beautiful because this is happening in our lifetime. Okay? It's not for many days to come. It's not, going to keep being prolonged. Saying the effect of every vision faileth. All right? These are the times that we're living in, man. All right? And this is the wasteful misuse of the taxpayer dollars. If you're an American citizen who pay taxes, which all of us do, you should be irate. You should be upset about this. I'm not telling you to take matters in your own hands, but this is why you got individuals like Luigi Manzanon, however you pronounce his last name, who did that act on that CEO, that healthcare CEO. This is why people are upset and taking matters in their own hands, man. All right, because they can't afford the healthcare. All right, they can't afford the cost of living. And guess what? There's going to be more of that to come. See, these are the times, these are the perilous times that the Bible speaks about, man. And you people have been warned, okay? So we're in the time now where these Edomites are exposing these devils under the Trump administration, all right? And you got certain individuals who just don't care, But there's a shift. There's things going on in the earth, all right, to let you know that prophecy is about to be fulfilled. This bitch is going down, and Yahweh Shema Shah is about to visit this place which he made, man. And when I seen this information, I was compelled and moved through the spirit to want to speak on it. So I'm going to pretty much conclude this lesson here. I just wanted to bring this information out. I've been seeing it countless times all over the internet, and I just had to chime in and put my 2 cents in there. Hopefully this was edifying. I let her give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rakakwadash, again, double honors unto the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, the true leaders of all Israel on earth today. Whether you can receive it or not, much love and salutations to the Akim scattered abroad across the 4 corners of the earth that's pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, risking their lives and freedom to do so. To us, shalom.